initial 400 and something we heard about.
Maybe some zeros. Okay, let me not say that.
Now, because of the issues of pink sheets, verification, carbon copies, I don't know how many polling stations each party has been relying on to come out with their national figures. And in fact, I want to draw a line under it because today, not today. Forget about 394, 414, 48, whatever figure you have had today, you will get the
and that's
actual
why
results.
I'm not too concerned about which figures are coming out.
That's right.
Whether especially from the NPP, I know the NDC also feels like it won that seat, and so we are going to see like who really won that seat. And with all that happened ahead of the elections and what has happened, that for me, what is most difficult, or what is going to be difficult for the NPP is how Ghanaians have seen the first 6-7 months of the NDC government.
Okay.
I think that it may have an impact on how they decide to vote who represents them in that constituency. But again, I'm equally very concerned about to go or not to go when it comes to the leadership of the party saying that we are not going for any rerun, and then you have your candidate in that constituency already campaigning. And to add insult to injury, if I could put it that way, you have the vice president or the flag bearer, the former vice president and the flag bearer of the NPP for the 2024 general election, giving 410,000 cedis to the candidates in Ablekuma North. So that presupposes that there seems to be some problem at the level of the leadership.
Some kind of disconnect.
And I see a complete disregard of the leadership of Justin Frimpong Kodia and Stephen Intim, because I mean, they came out and said, we are not going for any rerun, we've gone to court, all of that. And you have the flag bearer of the party giving money, that's saying that I'm supporting you. And then you have members of parliament also saying, we support you. And the woman herself, I guess, giving the impression that, okay, you sit in your office as the general secretary or chairman and tell me that we are not running, because I'm running. And goes to the constituency to campaign. And I'm told that even when she was on the ground campaigning, the general secretary, who had earlier said that we are not doing any rerun, was in his car. And media reports suggest it seemed he wasn't sure, should I get out of my car and go there to join her, or should I remain in my car? So really, I'm not quite too sure what's going on, but
communication was necessary.
Yeah,
absolutely necessary.
But did they not communicate in that
I honestly don't know why this is a problem. You went to court in good faith, so you believe.
Right.
The court has disagreed with you, and you took a principled stance that you are not doing this. That is why you are in court. Court says, Masa, go do the thing. You have come back. Just say as the court has dictated,
we are going. Pie.
See, English language is very beautiful.
But even Sixtus, the court says, well, the process will continue. As for you had said you were going to boycott, and I suppose they realized, or the realization dawned, would I say on the candidates, or dawned, because the NDC have not let their foot off the pedal
at all.
At every opportunity, they have put their foot on the ground, and they have been campaigning vigorously. And I think that sent a message out to the NPP that, hey, there's a real contest happening here. And if we don't want to be flawed even, more terribly than what some of the polls are suggesting, what some of the, country residents are suggesting, then we too should go and entice our supporters, because certainly they have supporters in Ablekuma North. Don't take it for granted that it appears the tides have turned. In times past, over the last 28 years, the NDC has been even lucky to get 40%, with the NPP dominating.
The highest they had was actually 38.8.
38.8, nowhere even near a 40% mark. Yeah. And so for the margins to be so slim, it is neck for neck, boot for boot.
That's an entire national story.
That's right.
There are a lot of constituencies that were not originally for the NDC, but the NDC got them in the last election.
A new wave.
But you see, I also made the point yesterday that knowing the significance of this seat, in fact, it's one of the effects that a lot of people downplay. There's not just any seat. Winning this seat will mean a lot. Winning the seat, the NPP's win will mean a lot. The NDC's win will mean a lot. And mind you, there's another vacancy the Akwatia
the Kumi
seat
guy
is also
who passed on.
Vacant.
That's right.
So there's going to be a by-election. So if you lose this and lose the Akwatia seat, you've lost 2. Already, how many do you have? The NDC now is looking for that absolute 2/3.
A super majority.
A super majority. Right now, there are some of the votes that you need that. It is dictated by the Constitution that for this to pass, you need 2/3 of the members of parliament attending and voting. You need that. So at this point, the NDC still needs you. You can afford to let the leader of the caucus deal with the NDC at their veterans comfortably, because you know that they will come back to you. The Honorable Afenyo Makin, who is leader of the side, can decide to take the NDC on in parliament at any time and flex, because he knows that they will come to him on some of the votes. They can't do it without him.
Indeed.
They would definitely still have to lobby him. But if you slack, and then the NDC gets that absolute 2/3.
So for those who have been saying that this is an inconsequential rerun, it is certainly not the case.
It is not. And I expected that whilst senior counsel Gary Nimakwe and his people were busy dealing with the court,
Justin Cody and the rest
should also have been dealing with the constituency. That press conference in the constituency for me was needless. Not the essence of the press conference, but the communication of the press conference.
The NPP has lost time. They've lost some time there because they're on the back foot. The NDC has gone ahead, days ahead,
to go into the constituency to say that we will not do it because we know that we won and we expect the EC to do the coalition in accordance with a court order that had expired.
And I think what really that communication sent was confusion, really, to the supporters of the party in there, that in one breath we're having one side of the leadership of our party saying that we are not interested in this because we feel we are being cheated or we are not, being treated fairly. And then the other part of it says we're in for it. So really, the timing of the communication and how it was sent out, I don't think has helped the party in solidifying whatever information that it needed to at this crucial time in a constituency that you badly need, a representation there.
Let's take a listen to Sofo Rashid Tanko of the NDC. He's the Deputy Elections Director. I think that's the correct title. And he's weighing in on the confidence of the party. This was at the pre-collation for some 262 polls. Now we know that the difference in votes between the NDC and the NPP stands at some 48 votes. Take a listen.
Of the Ablik-Manoff election. Remember, the issue that came up was about 37 polling stations. Initially 62, 25 was taken out because they were carbon copies. Then later on, 18 was taken out because the presiding officers came and authenticated them. And so what we are doing now is to extract the 262 results from the initially collated and then take out the 19 polling stations, which are for tomorrow. And so that's what we are doing here. Interestingly enough, our opponents who came out publicly and declared that they were not contesting, they were not going to participate in the rerun, send their party agent. 2 of them are with us here to do the collation. It means they are vigorously participating. As of yesterday, I indicated that the NPP were not boycotting the thing. They were doing a lot of underground work. Just doing media propaganda that they are boycotting. And today they have been exposed. They are all over the place. And their agents are here with us doing the collation. So we are putting the figures together to know the tally of Rabina and the NPP candidate. After that, then we know what happens tomorrow.
Which Electoral Commission officials are inside?
Yes, here the Director of Electoral Service, Mr. Bano Bio, is here. We also have Mr. Kwa, who is the Deputy. Mr. Kisi is also here. Dr. Siribo came and left. And then we have the District Director of Electoral Service for Ablik-Manoff. Interestingly, the new returning officer and his 2 deputies were just sworn in this afternoon. by a judge, a high court judge. I mean, it happened in the presence of we, the political parties. I even took pictures together with the Electoral Commission and all that, just to let people know that all the parties, I mean, the two parties, both NDC and NPP, are participating in the process. And so that's what we are doing.
But so far, how's the pre-collation going?
Oh, it's been very smooth, very, very smooth. I mean, we put the figures together. We know the tally. Currently, I can tell you the tally and know the differences. I mean, tomorrow is going to be a battleground. And I can assure you we are winning the election. The NDC is going to win massively. We look at the figures. I mean, we look at the 19 polling stations, and I can assure you by the time we finish this pre-collation, Ghanaians would have known that tomorrow is a battleground for the NDC, and we are going to win the election.
Maybe early days yet, but the 262 pre-collation exercise going on. How many have been done so far, if you know? And what's the margin like?
We are currently within 240 constituency. We are almost there. And yes, the margin is not too huge. I mean, we've looked at the figures. We have already had the figures. We had it. I mean, we did our homework, and we are comparing with what the EC is got. And interestingly enough, there's no discrepancy. And even our opponents from the NPP, they also agreed to some of the figures. There's no discrepancy. So it's very smooth there. In there, it's very good. I wish they would have allowed you cameras in there, but they just wanted the thing to be like some family thing. And then figures looks very nice. 32,512 and 32,464. A difference of 48. I mean, so even people were there making noise that they were beating us with some 400s, and I don't know where they were getting the figures from. I mean, this one is very clear there. And so we know that we are winning tomorrow, and we are winning massive.
The difference of 48 is in favor of who?
Well, it's in favor of them. I mean, you know, because of the areas that were collated from their areas. I mean, and you know, it's a constituency that they pride themselves is their stronghold in all that. So we're expecting that maybe they would have a huge gap to cover up. But 48, I'm telling you, what we have done so far for the week and what we are doing is a battleground.
3FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio.
So for Rashid Tanko of the NDC, he's their Deputy Elections Director. He says it's about to be a battleground. He said the numbers look so sweet, even though the NPP is leading by some 48 votes. That is because of that pre-collation that took place. Some 262 polling center figures were collated. The media wasn't allowed in that room, but you heard what the figures were. Again, well, it is some 7 minutes to the top of the hour, 7 a.m. This is still 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We will take a look at what the front pages have in store for us. And as you can imagine, Ablekuma North is taking center stage. The Informer newspaper has this to say: Minister cautions against excessive board and CEO entitlements. It's captured on page 3. Ablekuma North rerun. Candidate defies party directive not to contest. And you've got the picture of Nana Ekuawusu-Friye here, as well as the picture of the NPP's General Secretary, Justin Frimpong Kodia. Also, LGBTQ plus hesitance. Sam George unhappy, urges Ghana to be consistent. Quite interestingly, yesterday, as we took a look at this particular issue, I decided to go back in time, and it appears that since 2019, we have been voting in this pattern of abstaining.
On the same issues.
On the same issue. So
remember the late President Atameo said Zufiasem on another occasion.
Very, very apt advice there. Also, shoot their legs, don't kill them. Who is saying this? This is the Kenyan president to security forces, and you've got Kenya's president, William Ruto, pictured there. So I take it that the disturbances in Kenya are still ongoing.
Against him.
That's right.
Yes, and that was his instruction to the police: don't kill them, just
shoot their legs. This came from William Ruto.
Yes, according to the media reports. Yes.
And it's trending actually.
Yes. For like 3 days or so.
Yeah.
Shoot their legs, don't kill them. Kenyan president to security forces. Oh, Mama Africa. NPP 2024 defeats Kennedy Japan partly to blame. And this is attributed to Varsity Dawn. It's captured in page 4. I wanted to figure out if I was correct in whom I was thinking. Okay, now the registrar at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Kofi Appiah-Ampofo, is of the view that aspiring NPP flag bearer Kennedy Ohene Japan is partly responsible for the defeat of the party in the last general elections. According to him, the former Asin Central lawmakers' utterances contributed to the defeat of his party. Very interesting thoughts there. Beatrice, what do you have for us?
Okay, I was just reading a story I read to Sixtus Donlo very shortly, but I have the Daily Gist, and the biggest story on the front page here is NPP fights NDC for Ablekuma North rerun election with 700,000 cedis. Wow. So that's what this paper is saying. Actually, I also learned last night that apparently there's another person. Educhum also gave about 200,000 cedis.
I saw 210. I thought that is very specific.
On the eve of the election. On the eve of the election.
Yes.
210.
200.
I saw 200,000.
So I was wondering the 10. No. Very small.
How about Alaji's own?
Maybe it's the type.
Alaji's own to very, very specific. There's on 12
410,000. You mean Baumia?
Yes.
Yes, 410,000.
Where from the 10?
Maybe the 10 is tight.
Okay, because there could be a running theme here. That 10, let's pay attention.
But the one I saw of Educhum was 200,000. I didn't see the 10.
Okay.
Maybe the person who wrote the figure out that I saw got it wrongly. So at least if you're adding that should be around 600 and something. So maybe some the other parts came from somewhere that adds up to the 700,000 that the Daily Gist newspaper is reporting of. Also, Mahama missing at Trump's West African president's meeting. Of course, we have the picture of Nana Akua-Usuefriye on the front page of the newspaper as well. Minority takes on
that meeting. Trump told the Liberian president that he's English.
And that guy is also taking the flack of the media for saying yes sir to President Donald Trump.
Oh no, that one is sketchy.
Yeah,
Sketchy. Maybe the way he sounded.
Yeah.
But I think the diplomatic language is to say yes, Mr. President.
Exactly, because they are saying
Donald
it
Trump
should be like classmates.
Yes, Mr. President. That kind of a thing.
But have you ever heard
Mr.
Like, Donald Trump say Mr. President to... Anyway, okay, let's go on. There's murdered immigration officer body burned, suspect arrested, and Helen and Sixtus. That's what we were talking about earlier as well. So this MPP fight NDC. When you go to page 3, they have the picture of Brian Champon. I don't know why they have the picture of Brian Champon.
I was also seeing on social media that Honorable Champon had also donated some 200,000 Ghana cedis, allegedly. That one, no 10 was involved, but I saw that circulating.
Okay.
I can't corroborate that, but it was all over social media, so I saw.
So the 10 there will mean 10,000, right?
Yes. So let me read that bit I wanted to read to Sixtus. And I can't be faithful to one woman. Don Jazzy opens up. So why are you saying let me finish reading.
You say you are reading.
And confession, he says, I don't believe that I'm strong enough to be with only one person. I will not be dating you and telling you that you're the only person, he added. Just wanted to find out whether he's just telling the truth or I don't know the rest of the
one. We have to refer this story to your Tuesday program now.
If you know, you know.
I just found it quite interesting, so I just wanted to throw it out there, especially to you, Sixtus.
Yes.
Whether he's the only man telling the truth or I don't know. I don't know what else to ask.
Thank you for throwing it out there to us. We have caught it.
Thank you.
Sixtus, what do you have for us?
The Inquisitor. It says redefining objectivity. Banner headline: NPP flag bearership raised Educhum struggles. That is screaming. And it comes with a picture of the former education minister Opong Fosuche's GIPC board. And you have MP's visit to TCDA to understand operations. Professor Jampo forgives his assassin. assassin is in quotes. I believe the writer is just playing with words. Let me see if I can find who this assassin is. The story is on page 4 of the paper.
Sixtus, let's hear you, please.
Okay.
Yes. You are straying from your mouthpiece.
Okay. No, okay. So, but I've seen something that is of more interest on page 3 of the paper. And it says that NDC will have 2/3 majority in parliament if you boycott Ablekuma North rerun. This is Ayana warning the NPP.
This is Ayana
Rodlin. Yes.
Rodlin.
So actually they are referencing her engagement on New Day yesterday, TV3.
Yes.
Where the story says that public interest advocate Rodlin Imoro Ayana has called on the NPP to reconsider its decision to boycott the Ablekuma North parliamentary rerun of 19 polling stations. According to her, the implications could shift the balance of power in Ghana's parliament. Speaking on TV3's New Day on Thursday, July 10, Ayana emphasized that the National Democratic Congress stands a chance of attaining a 2/3 majority in parliament should it win the contested seat. Some of their members are saying that one seat won't make much of a difference. But looking at the numbers in parliament now, one seat will make a great deal of difference because the NDC is expecting that one seat to get a 2/3 majority, she's quoted as having said.
Oh, certainly. Your reminder here that this is your election command center. So all throughout the day, we're keeping you abreast on exactly what is happening in Ablekuma North. As you know, the EC is conducting a rerun in some 19 polling stations. So both on television and on radio, we have got you covered all throughout the day. In fact, guys, can we go into the constituency right about now, just for a few minutes? Let's take a listen to my colleague, Gold Armstrong Alogbe. He's in the thick of things, and we can get a sense of what it is looking like so far in Ablekuma North.
And so far, all the 19 police stations I've been to see all of them have their electoral materials already on time, because where I am now, these materials arrived here at least and all the 19 police stations I've been to, they've all received their with the materials inside intact.
Now they are opening to confirm if the stills are all intact. And indeed, so far I've been to 5 already to check what is happening. And so far, both agents, NDC and NPP, says they are okay, they are satisfied with the process so far. But the electors here have some concern. Their concern is the fact that there are too many police personnel deployed to reach constituency. For them, this is just some 19 stations they are going to vote in. So why so many police deployment? They are not too happy, and those are some of the things they spoke to me about. But when I get opportunity, I'll just out of the polling station area to speak to them and find out why they are not too happy with the number of police personnel that have been deployed to this Poland.
So just take us through the number of polling stations you have cited so far.
Hello, Roland.
Yes. Some of the polling stations you have cited so far.
No, Roland, please say that again.
Can you take us through the number of polling stations that you have cited, or perhaps been able to ask some information about who are involved in this rerun by the Electoral Commission today?
So far, I've been to some 5 police stations. That is, I've been to DVLA, I've been to Weja police station. Also, now I'm here at the Asiedu police station. So far, all the POs that some of them took part in the previous election, that's the main election, But I'm yet to see any of the national officers from the Electoral Commission here. I've not sighted any of them so far. I'm sure maybe before the kick starts, before the process starts, many of them will be here, and I will get to speak to them and find out what exactly we are to expect between now and 5 p.m. But all I can speak to you now is that all the police stations I have been to so far, they all have their electoral materials ready, and we're just waiting to start exactly at 7 a.m. the electorate to be allowed to kickstart the voting process. So you see, all these people you see standing not far from me are people who are waiting to be allowed to form the queue to start the voting here at the Asiedu electoral area.
Ablekuma North have centered around the Electoral Commission, and they have come under intense fire for what many describe as sheer incompetence. There was that strong stance, as reiterated on the floor of Parliament by Deputy Commissioner Eric Bosman-Asare. He had initially said some over 2 weeks ago that there was going to be no rerun. But of course, we know that that was a different story. But let's take a quick listen, though, to Irabna Orbin of the NDC. Ekia Efri, I beg your pardon, of the NPP. Let's take a listen to her, and then we can also take a listen to her opponents. We'll also take a listen to what Eric Bosman-Asare of the EC also had to say.
And they say, Abana Yakwa Kotono, would you baba ballot paper swan? Anyasa, Medin Babaso, Abana Yakotono, one more, why you prepared the same. Nobody is. I am contesting. You see my people. You see the way. You see the way there. We are fully prepared. What prepared? Tomorrow we are going for this contest. And in the first place, I want to say a big thank you to Almighty God for protecting us throughout the 7 months. Yes. We went for election on 7 December, and I won this election with 34,613. My opponent had 34,199. We collated this thing together. My polling agents, their polling agents, we went through all that. And we have now collated 278 polling stations. Those 278 polling stations, I am leading. I am leading with 349. 349. We were left with 3 polling stations. And then the Electoral Commission came to Parliament, swore under oath that we are left with 3 polling stations. Overnight, we didn't know what happened. And then they said we are going to go back and collect 19 polling stations. Now, what I want to say on or put on record is that darkness can never cover light. I am the light. Yes. I am the truth and the light. Yes. I walk with gracious God. I keep saying and mentioning God all the time that you can never cheat me and go scot-free. The Lord is going to talk tomorrow. Justice will prevail tomorrow. I am contesting. I want Ablekuma North. Everybody should hear me and hear my voice. I am contesting this election, and I am coming out victorious because I won that election, and God will ensure that justice prevails.
Why did it take you so long to confirm today? Because most people, they were waiting for you to come out.
Thank you. People were waiting for me to come out. Yeah. Now, what it is that I knew I had won. And so I was waiting for the right thing. So that's why we went to court. Now, when we went to court, the judge says, look, go and contest, as EC has said. It means I have to step up. Sure. I have to start, campaigning. Sure. And that is obvious. I mean, it's clear that if you had been the one, you will still exercise patience and wait for what the court will say. If the injunction had succeeded, that's fine. Then we'll go back to the drawing table. But now, please let me wait small. So after that, then I have to recoup myself, come back together and see. So when I realized that the support is so massive, people were coming here asking me to contest, not to withdraw, they are going to vote for me and that they voted for me, and so I shouldn't relent. My dear, I won. I am not afraid of anybody. Yeah. I am a politician.
Yes.
I am standing firm and go through this contest. And trust me, tomorrow you hear my name. The MP elect in Ablekuma North is Nana Ekuya Owusu every year.
When we came here, we've not seen any of the national executives around. Are you getting the support of the national executive of your party?
Why should you ask me this question, my brother?
No, because
ask me a different question. Let me answer you. I say I am contesting. The person who want to say abana ye kwa kotono wudin baba ballot paper so anya sa medin baba so abana ye kotono why you prepared to send microphone paper? Are you prepared that people are gonna come out to vote for you? Yes, I am prepared. And are you sure you're gonna win? Yes, justice will prevail tomorrow. These are the questions I'm expecting you to ask me. Your concentration is on your national executives, your party, and all that. Please ask me a different one. We are Minuya. We never your deal. We are Minuya. I am Wunia Penny. A Brahma Breno, a Brahma Bre, Osua Mesu, Oknafo Miniobia Becama Semamami. Miniobia Becama Semamami. A Radin a Kama Semamami. Na me winia dear, Namopesa Mutinchim Nipansa Edge. A we are Siafanen and Obianim. Media Missu and say, Ablekuma North for Mumrambe Twabane Mami.
Honorable, were you disappointed in yesterday's decision by the court to strike out your
Definitely you'll be disappointed, knowing very well that the court ordered that you should go collate and declare the winner. They didn't say go and rerun. You understand? So if there is anything, I felt that it was appropriate and it was in the right direction that the party says let's go and seek for redress from the court. That's fine. You comply as a party person. But however, my dear sister, this is Yembre. We are going to win this election.
For sure.
Election way, we see a bit winning.
Are you winning tomorrow?
Oh, my dear. Everything is written on the wall. Everything is written on the wall. When it comes out, you see.
But the reason people have argued that the reason the New Patriotic Party does not want to initially said they were not going to participate in this election is because they are afraid that the goodwill, so to speak, the NDC is enjoying might affect your chances in this.
Oh no! I don't go on that tangent. I felt that
radio station.
They felt my party felt that we won. So why all this hullabaloo? Do you understand? If we are not in power, so the powers that be feels they can just twist your hand and take it from you. Even the NDC leadership know Equivria won. I'm telling you. And so thinking that you bet in chimneys and ya GF in sem. Ablekuma North for Buefu.
Who is doing that?
The NDC candidate, the NDC leadership. When you want to Sam George came to the collation center, took places that they felt that they had won and places that they felt that they didn't win. When you bring the pin sheet, we don't have. When you bring the ones that they feel they won or they felt they won, then they said that one we have. In the midst of all that, I was not perturbed. I went through all that. Look, I've gone through 7 months of hustle and tussle and fighting for my right. And my right, God will let my right prevail tomorrow.
Will you accept the outcome of tomorrow's run?
Tomorrow I'm winning. The outcome is I have won.
So you say that is win or nothing else?
It is win. I will win. Look, I will win. My sister, you'll be here and you come and interview me again. Yes. This election, a selection way. Messi a radin kontiasi. God will speak. The Lord of hosts, the Lord of Israel, will speak tomorrow, and justice for the widow will prevail. Justice will prevail. Madam Wase.
3FM 92.7 Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. 3FM 92.7. Urban Lifestyle Radio Station.
7:19. As the time reads in the studios, and you were listening there to the NPP's parliamentary candidates, Nana Owusu Efriye. They're recounting what she has been through over the last 7 months. And so you can imagine why, even after that directive, she has decided to sell her message to her constituents. It has been 7 months, she says,
I'm telling you that
of trauma. But let's listen to the residents or the constituents in Ablekuma North. What are their sentiments? Take a quick listen. When we come back, we'll also take a listen to what the EC had to say in a presser yesterday. A lot had been said about this seeming U-turn that had been made after comments were made on the floor of Parliament suggesting that there would be absolutely no rerun.
I'm telling you that we people, the margin is huge. Now they are dragging with small margin. That tells you that there is no stronghold in Ablekuma North now. And I'm saying it again. From this time, we are going to win this seat.
The party, the people, they believe for NDC party is not a small thing. Because this time, everybody puts for a man for the NDC. But I'm so, if God permit this seat, NDC, think I'm ready.
So just understand and then let Rabna have it, because when you should be like moon dragging on the same way on also or winning yana and this party at a man be a jumana obey so no one chat and no ma and this in the so sombra be no so be.
My personal view, my personal point, Rabna have won. We all know. And even the previous election, he said it. If you don't understand anything, go to court. So we don't know why Efriye is still making us wake up, letting us not sleep. Rabna has won. With or without Ablekuma North is Rabna. Find them.
I believe that NPP will win because this constituency is NPP stronghold. And I believe strongly that NPP will win. If they don't count again, NPP will win.
But I see, what do you make of the incidents surrounding the entire voting exercise here at the Ablekuma North?
The Electoral Commission itself has acted illegally for recoalition. It is never in their books that there should be any recoalition after the results have been announced. So the whole thing is illegal. What they are doing is illegal, meaning the Electoral Commission itself is perpetuating illegality. And the courts are sitting down looking at them, doing all these things. Why do they create tension? Up to date, 2 weeks after elections, and you are still collating results. This is ridiculous.
The 25 scan sheets on the 21st of December 2024 and concerns about the use of scan sheets from the MPP during the collation of the 5th of January 2025. The Commission addressed all the concerns and highlighted the active involvement agents of the MPP and the NDC in all the processes and the agreement by all the stakeholders, that's the political parties, and the Commission to rely on scanned pink sheets submitted by the MPP. On 28th March 2025, the Commission once again wrote to the Ghana Police Service and informed them about the remaining 3 polling station results which were outstanding, and requested for protection for the completion of the collation. In the same letter, the Commission requested a meeting at the earliest convenience of the Ghana Police Service and the Election Security Task Force to agree on a date for the completion of the collation. At the scheduled meeting on the 10th of April 2025, the Commission was informed that the IGP will be briefed on the meeting. On the 2nd of May 2025, the Commission wrote to the National Election Security Task Force requesting a meeting on Thursday, 8th May 2025 to discuss the collation process. At the scheduled meeting on Thursday, the 8th of May 2025, The Ghana Police Service and the EC agreed to complete the collation process on Thursday, 15th May 2025, at the old headquarters of the Commission. Before the date for the collation, the police and the task force invited the Commission for a meeting on Tuesday, 13th May 2025, and indicated that they had been informed about a pending case with respect to the Ablekumanov constituency parliamentary resource at the Supreme Court, and further indicated that in view of the legal process at the Supreme Court, they were unable to provide security to enable the Commission complete the collation, since it will amount to contempt of court. In a letter dated 15th May 2025, the Ghana Police Service informed the Commission. The Commission informed the Ghana Police Service that there was no injunction application granted by the court or any other process that prevented the Electoral Commission from going ahead to complete the process. So the Commission wrote to them that there was no case that will prevent the Commission from going ahead with the process. The Commission further requested for protection to enable it carry out its work. Furthermore, in the letter, the Commission requested a meeting the following day, that is Friday, the 16th of May 2025, for the purpose of agreeing on a date for the completion of the collation. The Ghana Police Service, in the response to the letter, informed the Commission that it had referred the issue of the completion of the collation of the Ablekumanov constituency parliamentary election results to the Attorney General for legal advice. They indicated that in view of the referral, the National Election Security Task Force will not be able to provide security until they receive the advice from the Attorney General. Since then, we have followed up with the police on several occasions.
3FM.
They have indicated today they have not received the advice from the Attorney General. This put the collation process in limbo.
26 after 7. This is still your election command center. Don't go too far. We're going on a quick break. When we come back, there's more right here.
Parents, mark your calendars. It's the 3FM Baby Fair happening live on the 11th to the 13th of July at Marina Mall.